Hello, lovelies! So, there's this new app that's becoming more popular on social media called Cara. It is coming out against the newest Instagram update regarding their Meta AI policy that would basically start, and I take my guess it's already starting, to scrap your artwork to train AI, which I do understand would worry any creator who's posting their artwork online. And unfortunately, that can lead to so many worrisome acts. Now, we as artists, or many of us, want to share our artwork, but as well want to protect it. And definitely not feed it to this new machinery that's still too new and that can prove to be dangerous if used by the wrong hands. But that's a very subjective matter as well. Unfortunately, in the past few years, Instagram became more and more heavy as for posting content, but also it feels like their algorithm changed so much and that it almost feels difficult to even reach out anywhere really or to get engagement at all. But as well, I feel like putting your artwork out there is perfectly fine and it is great to share with other people, even leading to getting other people inspired by your art or just getting yourself inspired by others. Or just having your portfolio online is really crucial if you're an artist. Now back to the Cara part. Cara has been developed by Zhang Xingna. I hope I'm spelling the name right. I'm sorry if I misspelled it, but she's also known as Emotion. She is a fine art photographer and art director who appeared on Vogue China, Vogue Japan, Harper's Bazaar China, Elle Singapore, and she has so many awesome accomplishments over the years. She had won a plagiarism court instance against a person who basically copied one-on-one her artwork, as she also posted a comparison of the two artworks side by side. Now this post seems to be from the 1st June 2022, and Zmotion was talking about this comparison, and I'm gonna quote her, "Am I crazy or is this insane? This guy rips off my work, gets exhibited at Strassen Culture Center, wins a prize of 1.5k euros in an event supported by the government of Luxembourg and Ministry of Culture, and had it represented to Hereditary Grand Duchess of Luxembourg Princess Stephanie. When confronted by others about copyright infringement, he sends me an email statement, tells me that as a figurative painter, it's obvious that he needs reference materials." Now, we all know that when you are using a reference material, no matter what that is, it is fine to do some stuff like this for your own personal gain and just not sell it, not make money out of it, if that makes sense. But we all use references, but usually it is just good to, keep the reference as a reference and just use your mind, if that makes sense. That he was inspired by someone else who appropriated my photos first. And even though he was inspired by some of my artistic choices, he had created an image in an artisanal way with different colors, flipped the photo, and added earrings and a sword. He goes on to include a list of artists that used famous IPs and paintings in their art as example. I'm not gonna get into this topic for too much, but I'm truly happy that Zmotion won in the end. And even if it kind of feels like she had to fight for her own artwork's right, which for me, it just sounds completely insane in the first place. But I truly hope that there could be a way to prevent such actions like plagiarism, for example, which in my opinion is such a irresponsible act in the first place. Like, it feels immoral in the first place, and hope that people learn to improve their own styles, of course, Having inspiration or references from certain artworks is perfectly normal, and there's not a problem into just having a reference, but there's a big difference between an inspo versus copying something one-on-one. And all of this led Zmotion into developing Cara. Now, what is Cara? Now we're looking at the fastcompany.com page that has an article about Cara, which is really recent. The title is "What is the Cara app and why are artists deleting Instagram for it?" Some artists are jumping ship for the anti-AI portfolio app after Meta began using Instagram content to train its AI models. Now, in the last few months, Meta started to sneakily train its generative AI tool on Instagram posts. Now, some artists are jumping ship to a lesser-known portfolio app, Cara, to protect their work from AI data scrapers. The portfolio app bills itself as a platform that protects artists' images from being used to train AI, and only allowing AI content to be posted if it's clearly labeled, which in my opinion is really cool. Based on the number of new users the Cara app has garnered over the past few days, there seems to be a need. So basically between May the 31st and June the 2nd, Cara's user base tripled from less than 100k to more than 300k profiles, skyrocketing to the top of the App Store. Now, of course, the article explains what is the Cara app, but it's pretty obvious that the Cara is the new Instagram but for artists, and I guess potentially for people who want to look for artists maybe? I'm guessing that's what Cara is going towards too. And of course, what are Cara's differentiating features? While a good chunk of the Cara app's UI seems to mimic that of existing social platforms, the app does introduce several of its own unique features. Users can customize their home feed by deciding what percentage of posts they'd like to see from people they follow, their network, and the site at large, which is really great because on Instagram, if you want to search for other artists, you will find them. But if you want to see only art, it kind of feels like it's not doing the best job. Now, I've already made an account on Cara, and the fact that I can see and like other people's posts is amazing. As a first impression, I personally love it and will definitely use it for sure, as it is designed for sharing your artwork, but not only that, but also to have a portfolio zone, which is so awesome. This is how it looks on desktop mode before you would create an account. And frankly, I love the fact that's showcasing art first of all. And this is a huge difference from what IG with their newest policies and the fact that their algorithm changed so drastically, as I've said earlier, over the years, that it just doesn't feel so fun posting your artwork on anymore, or even trying to find fellow artists on it. Scrolling through Cara, I've noticed there's this cool feature that I've only seen on ArtStation really, and that's the job section. There are already a couple companies posting there, which is really wholesome to see. And I'm very curious how many other companies will move to Cara and will start using it. Now, of course, I have to let you all know that I'm not sponsored into doing this video about Cara. I just wanted to deep dive into it a little bit and make some research and share this with you guys, as I feel that this app is going to thrive, and I'm not only considering to migrate to Cara, but I'll definitely use it in the future. I love the idea so much to have an app that is only for artwork, and also which is not IG with their, odd AI policies that might or not be good in the long run. This is all for today. I hope that you guys will love Cara, and I truly hope that it will thrive more and more. Also, if you're new here, hello, my name is Dieul. I'm a freelancer. I do some online content here on YouTube, and I'm also actively studying on how to get better and improving my art technique. I do draw with me videos, ASMR drawing, tutorials, or how-to videos as I call them. And if you want to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe and let me know what are your thoughts on Cara and if you tried it already. Thank you for watching. I hope that all of you will have a wonderful day wherever you are, and see you the next time.
Curious butterflies.
You mean bread and butterflies?
Oh, yes, of course.